In my world, cats and rabbits would reside in fancy little houses and be dressed in shoes and hats and trousers.
Alice in Wonderland by Disney.
Do you know where Wonderland is? It's the place you visit in your dreams, that strange and wonderful land where nothing is as it seems. Alice learned all about Wonderland one warm, golden afternoon when she fell asleep under a cool, shady tree.
The first strange thing that Alice saw in Wonderland was a white rabbit wearing pants and a waistcoat. He rushed down the path, glancing hurriedly at his watch. I'm late for an important date. No time to say hello, no time to say goodbye. I'm late.
Alice watched him scurry across the brook and disappear into a hollow tree.
Now, this is curious. Why would a rabbit possibly be late for? It must be a party or something.
I do love parties.
Yes. Alice crossed the brook and peered into the hollow tree. What a peculiar place to have a party. She squeezed through the opening and found herself crawling through a dark tunnel. I really shouldn't do this. After all, I haven't been invited. And curiosity often leads to trouble. The tunnel floor abruptly ended and Alice fell down a large hole.
But it wasn't a dirty or a musty hole. It was a tall, thin house-like hole. There were bookshelves and cupboards and pictures on the wall, and Alice was falling very slowly. And she had time to look around and think.
What if I should fall right through the center of the earth and come out on the other side? Alice landed with a bump, just in time to see the white rabbit disappear through a tiny door. Oh, Mr. Rabbit, wait, please! Alice squeezed through the door and found herself outside again. Oh dear, I'm sure the white rabbit came this way.
But when Alice looked around, she found everything either upside down or backwards.
Curiouser and curiouser,
thought Alice.
Stranger still, whenever Alice would eat a piece of cake or take a sip to drink, she would change sizes. Once, a bite of mushroom sent her shooting up in height. Her head cleared the treetops and frightened the birds nesting there.
Another bite made Alice shrink so small that the flowers and the rocking horse fly towered above her. You were so teeny.
I was very small. Alice also met talking animals in Wonderland. There was the walrus and the dodo and the caterpillar. They tried to help Alice with her search for the white rabbit, and they were really, really nice.
Nice. When Alice came back, the white rabbit was just disappearing through the woods again. You see, I'm overdue. I'm in a rabbit stew. Can't even say goodbye. Hello, I'm late. I'm late.
It's always late. Alice rushed off to the woods again, only this time she was greeted by a funny pair of twins named Tweedledum and Tweedledee. Say, how do you do? And shake hands. State your names and business. When Alice said her business was finding the white rabbit, the two sillies directed her to the Mad Hatter's tea party. That Mad Hatter is kind of tricky.
I like to go to parties like Alice. Sit down and join us, my dear, said the Mad Hatter. Since it's not our birthdays today, the March Hare and I decided to celebrate our unbirthdays.
Why, then it's my unbirthday too,
exclaimed Alice, and then they all celebrated with tea and cake. Alice left the party and next came to a lovely garden where playing cards were working as gardeners. They were all busy painting the roses red.
Why must you do that?
Alice asked the three of clubs. We planted white roses by mistake, and the queen, well, she'll have our heads unless we change them all to red.
I tell you, that queen. A trumpet blew, and the cards all scampered in line. Make way for the Queen of Hearts, called a familiar voice. Alice peeked around, and a cart to see the white rabbit leading the royal procession. So this is why he was hurrying so.
Because I was waiting.
Then Alice spotted the ill-tempered queen and her timid little husband. Behind them followed the files of stern-looking playing cards. You're not going to cut his head, are you?
We'll see. We have to read the book to see. Who is this?
snapped the Queen, pointing to Alice.
Why, it's a little girl. Do you play croquet?
Alice curtsied. Yes, Your Majesty, but I really mustn't stay. I'm trying to find my way home.
Your way?
Bellowed the Queen.
All ways here are my ways. Off with her head!
The Queen's guards rushed at Alice to carry out their orders. Oh, pooh, I'm not afraid of you. Why, you're nothing but a pack of cards.
Alice gave the cards a push, and they went flying in all the directions. This made the Queen very angry. Off with her head, she roared, and the cards regrouped for another charge. Suddenly Alice woke up and found herself still under the shady tree.
Why, it was all a dream. Oh, thank goodness. I've had quite enough of Wonderland for now. The
End.